You're listening to The Deep Dive with Mike and Mandy.
Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? We're going to tackle some of history's biggest mysteries today.
Yeah, it's always fun to look back at these unsolved mysteries and see what we can uncover.
Mysteries that have baffled experts for centuries. We're talking the Maya, Stonehenge, the Voynich manuscript, the whole shebang.
Really makes you think, like, what happened, you know?
Right. It's like these mysteries are sending us messages through time. First up, we're going to Central America to explore the Mayan civilization. Super innovative people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Incredible astronomers, mathematicians, architects, the whole nine yards.
They built these huge cities. They had their own written language. That calendar system is still studied today.
And then, poof, they're gone. It's like a historical magic trick. Many of their biggest cities just abandoned around the 9th century.
Vanished, leaving us with a ton of theories about what happened.
Theories abound. It's a real head-scratcher.
So let's get into it. A big one that always comes up is climate change, specifically those long droughts that hit the region.
Yeah, that definitely would have had a huge impact on a civilization so dependent on agriculture.
Totally. I mean, imagine the strain on their resources.
Yeah.
Water, especially.
Not just water, food too, everything. And we know those droughts happened. Paleoclimate data from the Yucatan Peninsula shows several severe droughts right when the Mayan civilization started to decline.
So those droughts probably stretched their resources thin.
And when resources are scarce, people start fighting over them. Leads to social unrest, maybe even war.
It really does make you think about what we're facing today with our own climate, huh?
Absolutely. It's a parallel that's hard to ignore.
Droughts might not be the whole story, though. Internal conflicts might have played a big part too, right?
Oh, for sure. You've got all these powerful Mayan city-states. Each one wants more control, more resources, and then throw in a changing climate. Yeah. It's easy to see how things could get really unstable.
A recipe for disaster. Like a historical domino effect where one thing leads to another and boom, a civilization crumbles.
And don't forget about the Maya's spiritual side. They were super connected to the cosmos.
That's right. They believed those celestial events held meaning, right?
Big time. They were looking to the stars for answers, so maybe they saw a comet or an eclipse and thought, bad omen, time to pack up and go.
It's so different from how we think today. They saw the universe as this interconnected thing. Like what happened in the heavens had a direct impact on Earth.
It's a totally different worldview.
So maybe it was all of it combined. Ecological stress, political upheaval, and then their interpretation of the events around them. A perfect storm.
It's like a big puzzle where we have some of the pieces, but we're still figuring out how they all fit together.
And that's why this mystery is so fascinating. There's not one answer. It's all these threads weaving together.
A historical tapestry.
Exactly. And it makes us realize how everything is connected. Environment, society, culture, and how they shape history. Now let's hop across the pond to England. To another ancient mystery waiting for us. Stonehenge.
Ugh, Stonehenge. It's a name that just screams mystery. 5,000 years old. It's just been standing there. This silent giant.
Seriously, imagine the effort it took to move those massive stones without modern technology. That's mind-blowing. It had to be super important to them, but like, what was it for?
That is the million-dollar question. Temple, burial ground, astronomical observatory, all the theories are out there.
One of the most popular ones is that it was a ceremonial site, right? Maybe for rituals about the seasons or honoring the dead.
Ancient cultures were all about those cycles of nature, the solstices especially, when the sun is at its highest and lowest points in the sky, you know?
Right, those were big events for them.
Huge, and Stonehenge is aligned with the solstices.
Wait, are we saying these ancient builders were also astronomers?
It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? Some researchers think they used Stonehenge to track the sun's movements and to mark those solstices.
I can picture them all gathered at Stonehenge, watching the sun rise or set between those stones, marking the change of seasons.
Yeah, must have been pretty amazing to witness.
Okay, but the astronomy theory isn't the only one, right? I've also heard that Stonehenge might have been a place of healing.
Right. Think of it like well, not like a hospital, but a place where people went to find cures.
Really? To heal from illnesses?
Maybe even for spiritual healing. We've found a lot of burials near Stonehenge, and some of those skeletons show signs of injuries or diseases.
So maybe Stonehenge was seen as this mystical place with healing powers. Maybe they thought those stones, or the site's connection to the cosmos, could heal them.
It's definitely a possibility, especially when you think about how important rituals and beliefs were to ancient cultures.
So we've got Stonehenge as a multi-purpose monument, ceremonies, astronomy, and maybe even healing. It makes you appreciate just how clever those ancient people were.
And how connected they were to the world around them. These ancient sites, they give us glimpses into a world so different from our own, but also connected to us through our shared human experience.
Our need to find meaning, to find answers. All right, from the Maya to Stonehenge, let's move on to a mystery that's even more baffling.
Yeah.
The Voynich manuscript.
The Voynich manuscript. It's like something out of a spy movie, full of strange symbols, drawings, and a language that no one can figure out.
It really is like a puzzle from another dimension.
Yeah.
You open it up and it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Undeciphered writing and drawings of plants that look totally alien.
People have been trying to crack this cane for ages, top cryptographers and linguists. But the Voynich manuscript isn't giving up its secrets easily.
Is it a secret code? A lost language? An elaborate prank? We have no clue.
No clue. It's a total enigma.
Some people think it's a genuine attempt to record scientific or medicinal knowledge, maybe from a lost civilization. Others think it's a spiritual text full of hidden symbols.
Right, and then you've got the conspiracy theorists. They think it's extraterrestrial, a message from aliens.
I know it sounds far out, but those weird illustrations, those diagrams, it really makes you wonder.
It's like a giant question mark challenging our understanding of the world.
It shows us that there are still mysteries out there that we may never fully solve.
And it's that unknown that keeps us coming back. Searching for answers, trying to connect the dots, always wondering what we might discover next.
That's the power of the Voynich manuscript, the power of the unknown.
Yeah.
It speaks to our curiosity, to our desire to understand the world, even the parts we can't quite grasp yet.
Exactly. It's a reminder that there's still so much out there waiting to be explored and understood. It's interesting, right? Stonehenge and that Voynich manuscript, they're so different, but they both come down to figuring out symbols and patterns.
That's so true. One's giant stones, the other's like a weird picture book, but they both make us try to decode their meaning. But I wonder, why do we even care? Why are we still so drawn to these ancient mysteries? It's been so long.
Well, I think it's because they show us the limits of what we know you know. Like a reminder that even though we think we're so advanced, there's still stuff we might never fully understand.
Yeah, it kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it? Yeah. We have all this information right at our fingertips now, but those ancient mysteries, they're holding on to their secrets. No easy answers.
Exactly. And that's what makes them so cool. They force us to think outside the box, question what we thought we knew about the past, and be okay with the fact that we might never have all the pieces.
And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's the journey of trying to figure it out that matters most, letting our imaginations run wild with the possibilities.
Yeah, totally. It's like embracing the unknown, right? Admitting there are still blank spots in our understanding of history and the universe and just being cool with that.
But it's not just about the mysteries themselves, is it? It's also about the stories we come up with to try to explain them. And those theories, don't you think those theories say something about us? Yeah. About what we're thinking about today?
Oh, absolutely. Our modern fascinations and fears definitely get mixed in there. Like take the Mayan collapse, for instance.
Right.
That whole climate change angle. It totally lines up with all our worries about the environment today.
It's like we're looking at the past through the lens of our own time, projecting our fears and hopes onto those ancient civilizations.
Exactly. And even Stonehenge, the theories about it being a healing place or for stargazing, that taps into our fascination with spirituality, the cosmos. Like, where do we fit into all of this?
And then there's the Voynich manuscript. With all that talk about alien languages and lost civilizations, do you think it's like a need for connection? That maybe we're not alone out there in the universe?
Could be. It's the ultimate what if, right? This book could unlock secrets we can't even imagine. Pretty exciting stuff, even if it turns out to be a big hoax in the end.
So what do you hope people take away from all of this? What's the message for everyone listening to this deep dive?
Well, I think it's this. These mysteries aren't just unsolved puzzles. They're chances to think differently, to question everything and to appreciate just how much we don't know.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that learning is a constant process. There are going to be dead ends, unexpected twists and turns, and of course those aha moments when we finally figure something out.
And sometimes the best part is not even finding all the answers you know. It's about being okay with the questions, with the uncertainty, enjoying the mystery of it all.
We're all kind of like detectives, right? Trying to piece together the clues from the past.
Except instead of figuring out whodunit, we're trying to solve the mysteries of history.
Yeah. And like any good detective,
you
got to be open-minded, right?
Absolutely.
Look at all the evidence and be ready to change our minds when new stuff comes up.
Absolutely. You got to be willing to adapt your theories. It's all part of the process.
So out of all these mysteries we've talked about today, which one do you find the most intriguing?
Ooh, that's a tough one. They're all so fascinating in their own ways. the Maya and their sudden exit, Stonehenge just standing there all these years, and the Voynich manuscript with its unbreakable code. But if I had to pick just one, I think it's that Voynich manuscript that really gets to me.
I can see why. It's like it's taunting us.
Yeah.
Daring us to crack it.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe someday someone will, but even if it stays a secret forever, there's something kind of beautiful about that.
Even the mystery of it all.
Yeah. It reminds us that there are still secrets out there waiting to be discovered. Keeps that spark of curiosity alive. Fuels the imagination.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into these amazing ancient mysteries, what's the one thing you hope our listeners will take away from this? What do you want them to remember?
I hope they'll look at the world with a renewed sense of wonder. That they remember that history isn't just dates and names in a textbook. It's a story full of mysteries, intrigue, and the never-ending search for knowledge.
I like that. A story full of mystery and intrigue. And you're right, it's that curiosity that pushes us forward, that connects us to the people who came before, and inspires us to keep searching for answers.
And maybe, just maybe, that's the real point of these ancient mysteries, huh? They keep us guessing, they remind us that there will always be more to learn, more questions to ask, and that the journey of discovery never really ends.
Well said. It's not about having all the answers, is it? It's about the thrill of the search, the joy of exploration, the realization that the more we learn, the more we realize how much we still don't know. So to everyone listening out there, hold on to that sense of wonder, embrace the mysteries, and never stop exploring the world around you. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.